Hello, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to, let's be honest, the very many of you who are tuning in tonight for episode. Oh, look at this, the text banner is off. 135, I do believe, of Ominous Designs. This is Ominous for Responsible Gaming. I'm calling this one Things because screw titles. Titles are lame, and I've been doing about 100 and another 100 of them, and it's getting tedious. So tonight I got a couple ideas, and those ideas are disconnected one from another. They're random designs that I came up with, so hence the title. This is gonna be a miscellaneous, if I may say, episode. And I believe we're gonna dive right in. We're gonna dive straight up right in. I'm gonna take whatever. I'm always thinking over that one too much. It doesn't matter. So our first idea is drum rolls. No drum rolls. I want to make a mana dork that costs you a life to make mana, fine, but also can do it twice. Can we pull that off? So this guy can make you a mana for 1 life, can make you 2 mana for 2 life. Now, I went through a couple different ideas to actually make that happen. So, a couple things. There's a lot of things, actually. I went through several iterations in my mind. If you go with something like, let's say, I'm just gonna write it off. Write it here. Pay 1. How do we? I forgot how you do that. 1. Yeah. Pay 1 life. Are you kidding me? There you go. Wow, that's weird. Okay, super annoying. Right. So if you do something like this, pay 1 life. Ooh, that is very annoying. Add green to your mana pool. Use this ability only once each turn, and then only twice each turn. Okay, yeah. Spoiler alert. I think I would like it to be of Golgari colors, because the pay life and the make mana, it's pretty typical, so we're gonna go there. Boom. So I could do pay 1 life, la 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 la, use this ability only once each turn, and then pay 1 life, add black. This is the twist. I want this use it only twice to take the shape of make a green, make a black, which also adds a tiny restriction on what you actually can do. 2 life, only a green and a black, and no more. So a couple things. First, if I do this, if I do only once each turn, that makes it so that you can do it on your opponent's turn. That's 4 mana every cycle between you and your opponent. That's too much. I do believe it's too much. If you say use it only Sorcerer's Breed and only once each turn, it's annoying. It's super clunky. But that could be done. Now, I thought of something that might be fun. I would like to check. I need my gatherer here. I would like to check Gatherer for effects. So tap, pay a life. I forgot how they're called. There is a speaker, a green speaker that does that, isn't there? Nope. I think it's tap, pay a life, right? I believe that's what it is. So let's say we do that. Tap, pay a life. I don't know to mana pool. What I thought we could do is this. You see it coming? Yeah, there. So, a couple things. First, I didn't mention, but if you do the only pay a life, add blah 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 blah, you can only do this once a turn. You also let it happen on the turn the creature comes into play, and I don't particularly want that. I want to limit that as well. Second thing, this also add the other limitation of you can actually only access the black if you made the green. Now that I think of it, if we want to add extra restriction, well, I'm not fully certain it's a restriction, but I would do it that way for a couple of reasons. First, I think green is the type of color that wants to ramp. It's a very tiny detail because, I mean, it could be the colorless, so fine. And it actually might be better because it gives you fixing for the first tap without needing the untap. So that's a thing. Second thing, you can attack and then untap for mana. Let's be honest, not very likely to happen. I can imagine, I mean, this is not a main scenario we're talking about here. Now, I also give a little bit of thought of the stats, and I think I would love a 1/2 for 2. We can maybe put that as uncommon. It is quite possible that it's too good and that it needs to be rare, but I don't know. A mana dork that makes 2 mana is pretty darn good. If it costs you 2 life every time, probably still completely worth it. There is a world where we try and do like a 3 mana dork, but I don't know that like making 2 mana and every time it costs you 2 life. I don't know if, well, first I don't know if making 2 mana for 3 drop is that fantastic to begin with. Those are not very common, are they? We get a Jorgas Tree Speaker here. He costs 1 and then he costs 2 more to do that, so he's pretty darn sweet, and he was an uncommon, and he would kind of beat our design to a pulp, right? Because I mean, he doesn't fix for black, but he doesn't cost any life, and he does green colorless, you're done. He's already a 1/2 that makes 2, and it's 2 installments. So we could try and pull that one off and watch as the world revolts and tells me I'm completely wrong. This is way too powerful. I see a very powerful mana dork, to be honest, because no matter the fact that you pay 2 life, drop this on turn 2, make 2 extra mana on turn 3, it might not be okay. Again, as I remind myself, this is what this guy does. This guy does it on turn 2. Drop in on turn 1, leveling up, he makes you 2 mana right off the bat. I wasn't playing at the time, but man, this guy is good. He's in cubes and all, and he's not like a, you know, like a dead bomb or even modern or anything, but damn, is he good. 2 mana on turn 2, guys. Seriously. So again, in comparison, this one doesn't take you your turn 1, but who cares? It's limited. Turn 1 is basically dead. This one is 2 colors. This one costs you 2 life. I can't imagine this being too good. So I think that's fun. I think it's super fun. It's most likely would be a elf zombie or whatnot. I don't know. Oh yeah, by the way, boom, elf zombie shaman. Who cares? By the way, yeah, the restriction is that this tap and untap symbol, those it's super parasitic, right? It never made it out of Lorwyn, and it might not because it's very dangerous design space. Untap is not supposed to be a cost. It's supposed to be something that's good for you to be able to untap. So transform a cost into a well, transform a benefit into a cost mostly doesn't make sense in Magic. Oh, wait a sec. This also loops. Oh, were they stupid? This taps and then taps and then taps again. That's not cool at all. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, because it was kind of elegant if you could only do it once. I'm pretty bad at this. I didn't really realize. Okay, let's fix it. Okay, so this design doesn't work. Hey, so we're gonna have to go for one of the other ones. Well, I mean, the only thing I see is saying use this ability only once a turn. The other only simplification that I thought of before was to say pay 1 life, so something like that. Pay 1 life, add green to your mana pool, and so Can we say that? Can you say only do they even say use this once a turn, or activate this ability only once its turn? Okay. Okay, so maybe we can get away with once each turn for this one, but then what I would do is I would do tap, add black, and this says you can only do it once. This says tap me, so you can only do it once. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, the symmetry is really jarring. That's unfortunate. Well, I mean, we can just completely give up and just go the full, you know, like that. Because, see, that really bothers me, because now we still need to say and only during your turn. We're gonna... Oh, I didn't realize that this was on top. You must have not seen what I was doing. Sorry about that. So, only during your turn and only once each turn. Okay, yeah, it's not that bad. But still, really wish we didn't have to do that. Yeah, I don't know, what do you think? It's kind of a block of text, isn't it? Well, this is what it is. That's my idea of a design. I don't think we can make it much more elegant. I'm pretty disappointed. I think for a second, how else could we impose the restriction? Like I said, I thought of... The tap and tap was kind of, you know, to nerd out, because, oh, well, we have something to just be able to do twice. You just tap and tap. And I could work it. I could go, you can only use the first one once a turn, once during your turn, and then the untap you don't say. So it's very unlikely that you can untap if you haven't already tapped for whatever reason. But still. Also, now that I think of it, untapping to make mana, super dangerous. Untapping might have cost, I don't remember if it costed mana in the original win, but the idea that you can untap and produce mana, that's gonna be very, very easy to make an engine out of it, right? You're gonna be like, you just give the dork, you use Cryptolic Rights, and you say, all your creatures can tap for a mana, and off you go. You just tap for a mana, and tap for a mana, tap for a mana. Yeah, this is all extremely dangerous, as I was saying before. So we should probably not use the untap mana anyways. Therefore, if we want two abilities, they cannot use the tap mana, or only one of them, as we've been doing just before, but that just didn't work out. I mean, it was just early. The other possibility would be tap, pay 2 life, add 2, which honestly could be a thing, but basically I think he would probably be a good design. I wonder. So let's see. Let's just see it. Do this. Tap, pay 2 life, add to your mana pool. I don't want this to cost 1. I mean, it's less good than the one I was making before, and it's so much simpler. How about yeah, how about we just add this? That's like, now it does what we want it to do. You can pay 1 life for 1, or you can pay 2 life for 2. It is way better. Way better. Because now you just have a dork that can be just a mana dork for life, which has existed. Is it Elf of Deep Shadow? Oh, don't tell me. Oh my god, I hate changing screens like this. Oh no. Oh, it must have been okay. I think, maybe, hopefully. Okay. So yeah, so Elves of Deep Shadow. Oops. Not Elves of Depth. This website is slow. Elves of Deep Shadow. Add a black, deals 1 damage to you. So we have an Elf of Deep Shadow that can make 1 for 1 and can also make 2 for 2, and you don't have, you choose, you just do whatever you want. Whereas this design is just pay 2 life, pay 2 life, pay 2 life, which I think this might be too much flexibility. Enabling you to have like basically an Elf of Deep Shadow on steroids, probably not a great idea. Given that it's a 2-drop, we could maybe get away with it. I do believe this would need to be a rare. It's also a card that I'm not sure I can wrap my head around. I can't tell if it's if it makes sense. Does it make sense to have a Golgari card that can ramp you 2 extra mana? I mean, I assume yes. On turn 3, you would get a 5-drop. Ugh, that's gross. That's super gross. Again, Tree Speaker, turn 1, turn 2, 5-drop. But also, let's be clear. In limited, this is just as good as the tree speaker. In constructed, you do potentially care about your first drop. You probably care about your first drop, be it a spell or a creature. So this would be sort of better because you could steal like Toadsee's this 5-drop, which is pretty nasty. What the heck, I want to do it anyways. And you can't stop me. So we'll see what people think about it. I think it's cool. I mean, it's not, I can't imagine it's busted. I do imagine that making 2 mana for a mana dork that costs 2 is sweet, but you paying 2 life every time, that should offset the thing. I do not have an illustration. And that's my story. I was trying to think of a I don't know. Ouch. So now we're moving on. This one is just wrapped. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. Design number 2. Design number 2 says at the beginning. Sorry, I'm always messing that one up. Of each player's upkeep deals yep, that's what is happening right now. Deals how many? 6? 6 makes you think of 666, right? 6 damage to that player for each permanent he or she controls that he or she doesn't own. Ha ha! Yeah, it's cool. I think it's cool. Design to that player for each permanent he or she controls that he or she doesn't own. I think it's something like that. So this is typically the kind of fringe ability that you would put on a big demon that basically doesn't need it. Now the problem is usually they have another one, don't they? So I don't remember how it's called. Grizzle Branco. Please, Kotofed. Was it? Hello. Soul Hoarder. Whenever a permanent is owned put in the battlefield, you regard as life. That is not what I thought. Grizzleburn could fail leading as demand. Really? I thought one of them did something completely nasty. Oh, that must not be it. There's a bunch of demons that are like if you search your library, lose 10 life. I want to see that guy. Search library 10 damage. Really? Lose 10 life? Omnixilis. Aha, that was him. Whenever an opponent touches a library, lose 10 life. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Untitled. So, yeah, so see, this guy does something else. Colagon. Is Colagon like this? Ah, those names. Colagon says other creatures and whenever an open, yeah, but mostly, so whenever you cast a blah blah blah, you lose 2 life, but he also says other creatures you control have haste. So I do believe, whoops, I do believe we need... I just launched a software. It's probably going to pop out in the middle of the screen. Nope. So I do believe we need another ability. Hopefully an ability that's simple to write, because that's a bunch of text. So I wonder if we could... I wonder if you could find something that would somewhat incidentally give control of some of your permanents to your enemy. We would most definitely need to restrict that, because the point is this guy punishes real hard stealing stuff. By the way, it doesn't punish threat and effect because you need to have it on upkeep, but I think that's fine. I think that's cool. So there would be flying, there would be black. I'm thinking potentially red as well, even though Rakdos demons, it's actually a thing, but Rakdos colored demons are not that common outside of Ravnica, I suppose. What could we do to give opponents permanents? You can basically only give your creatures away, right? Problem is, can I find a way to... Oh... that might be too good. I'm thinking, what if this demon could enter the battlefield and exchange control of a creature with an opponent? That would be sweet, wouldn't it? The problem being that now you have... I kind of want to make it do less damage now, because if we make better the ability over here, we can possibly push a little bit what the synergy we're creating with it without the card being completely stupid. So if you say something like this, when this guy enters the battlefield, what's going on here? Battlefield, you how is it called? Oh man, I don't know how those cards are called. So format cans, take your block. I think you can just do exchange, and that should be enough. I should just have typed exchange anyways. Exchange control of 2 target permanent that share a card type. Let's just do exchange control of 2 target creatures. Oh my god, that's nasty. In multiplayer, you can actually exchange control of 2 different players and they both take 1 at their upkeep. It's pretty neat. Exchange control of 2 target creatures. Okay. I like it. The other thing to keep in mind with that guy is that, say you decide, I wonder if it should be even more expensive, because this is like a what? This is a 6 mana, because this is a good effect, right? You can exchange your crappy creatures against a good creature, so even without a flying demon, that's pretty nasty. Problem being, how expensive can we make a demon? Well, we can probably make it that expensive. I mean, either that or I kind of tune it down an extra notch. But the problem is, the idea was, okay, we need to actually punish people for stealing permanent, And the original idea was, I'm a big demon, I don't do all that much, and I just hit you on the back of the head if you own something that you control, something that you don't own. Now it's like, I do some damage when a permanent I exchanged, but also really I'm a flying demon that exchanged control of permanents. I wouldn't put it that expensive if it was, I would say probably make it cost like at least 7. Because as we've seen, the effect alone costs 6 on arguably not a fantastic card at all. Yeah, which maybe. So this you get. Oh, okay. Yeah. The other thing was that I wanted to say is, say you want to punish people, you put your big demon, you exchange something, just so that they take damage. The opponent just blasts your demon. Now all of a sudden only the exchange is left, right? So you gotta be careful. You can't just say, okay, you two guys in multiplayer exchange 2 creatures, I don't even care which. Now you take 5, and then the opponent goes, well, I'm blasting your demon, and thanks for the creature trade. You did nothing. You just switch creatures among the field. Yeah. So what do we think of the balance so far? I'm thinking when you're looking at a 4/4 flyer for 7, which kind of sucks. Especially, okay, yeah, the other thing is, if you go, well, this is a great effect because I can, I mean, it's a good effect, right? You give a crappy creature, you get a good creature. Well, this demon is gonna hit you very hard. If you want to do that. So actually, I think if you pay 7, you can have your 5/5 demon, switch something, take 5 to the face, almost right away. If you want to combo, I'm saying combo because you have a sack outlet, and now it's a 5/5 flyer. Steal your thing, sack it, give you something. You're gonna take 5 damage. It's pretty sweet, but if you needed 2 cards to make that happen, might still be okay. It's 5/5, give you something, kill your creature, and you're probably gonna take 5 now. It's still pretty good. 7 though, I mean, can do this one. Usually I don't like this, but it's more justified in like big demons. We like to see a lot of black in big demons. The other possibility would be something like this, because I was saying that this might actually be a Rakdos. It feels somewhat Rakdos. The exchange control does not. Now the other thing is, okay, I'm pushing it now, but it does have an exchange clause, right? So does that make sense? It's overloaded for sure. No, I feel like we're losing flavor. I mean, I understand that. Yeah, the problem is the red doesn't really fit in the like let's exchange creatures theme. Whereas potentially this would justify it. Like, I mean, blue exchanges and then demon. There's 2 things that I don't like about the Grixis version. Is one, I don't like the frame. Just becomes like gold. And 2, yeah, I'm just looking at, I think it's the effect of the 2. I'm looking at 3 colors, I'm like, well, the identity is completely diluted now. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. And then also the identity of the color frame disappear at the same time, so it just doubly makes me feel like I don't know what the identity is anymore. But the upside of 6 or 7 mana triple color guys is that they can be nasty. The Sphinx of really? Oh, it's steel, like metal. Is it? No, steel. Oh my god. Just completely stupid right now. Steel wins. Okay. Sphinx wind. Didn't I type that? Steel wind? Oh, steel winds. So for 8, which is a lot, you get a 6/6 with a million abilities. And over here we have a 7. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's the one thing that I like about it, is that you can go, I do not care, I cost 7 and 3 colors, I steal a creature and I'm big and I do damage. That's the one thing that I do like a lot. I could potentially, I would be called a Timmy possibly for that, and maybe I would deserve it. Go, ooh, 6/6 actually. Ooh, that's fun. It's very Timmy design. Now, can it be sold? Yeah, I mean, you can't really. Oh, wait a second. I just thought of one thing, is for 7 you get a 6/6 that says, let's switch your best creature with my worst creature, your turn, you take 6. It's kinda nasty, isn't it? Well, there is something we can do about that. We can go, at the beginning of your upkeep, each player take blah 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 blah. And that way your opponent kinda has a second to react. And I mean, if we want to make a card that just deals a lot of damage like this, we just need that. Even 5 is just kind of sucky. The other possibility would be that you exchange control as long as the demon is in play. But I actually don't love that. I don't want everything to be undone if you just shoot it down. So what do we prefer? 3 colors, 1 color, 2 color, 5/5, 6/6, 5 damage, 6 damage, and we just need at the beginning of your upkeep. I think that's mandatory. Your upkeep deals 6 damage to each player. Each player, for each permanent he or she controls that he or she does not own. Yeah, I don't know. I've rarely been doing extremely teamy cards, so I kind of want to do a 6/6/6 number of the beast. Does it need to cost 8? I don't really know. I mean, I'm not really knowledgeable in on the topic of 3-color 7 or 8 drops, and you know what, I'll do a little bit of research so that this episode doesn't take an hour. I'll do a little bit of research afterwards and see if it should cost 6 or 8 or 7. I'm gonna start with 7, and we'll take it from there. You'll see in the card tomorrow. Time to call it. It's been a little while now. This was harder than I thought it would be. I had ideas that I liked to begin with, but the implementation was tiny bit tricky, and we definitely went into like super weird territory here with deciding to add exchange of permanent to that card. But I like it. I quite like it. I think this is going to be a demon wizard, which also is extremely rare if that exists at all. Cool, sweet, awesome, nice. That's it though. boom, screen off. This was good. This was still interesting. I hope you enjoyed. You will see the results of my experiments tomorrow on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube probably tonight, and equally on Reddit, Custom Magic. Very great subreddit, you should check it out. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like, and tell me exactly what you enjoyed and what you did not. I will appreciate the feedback very much indeed. Okay, we're done now. See you next week. Bye bye.